Hello everyone, my name is Void Doctor and welcome back to another episode on the InfinityCraft server. And today we're starting out this episode in front of the storage hall for not really any particular reason. It's kind of a central location and a very old location on the server, or at least in my base. So it just seems like a nice spot to start episodes when I don't really have another place to start them. But as you may notice, I've been making a lot of progress on the base. So first off, I built this kind of so basically I took down the original Minecraft church that was here, like the big tower, and I replaced it with sort of my take on mosque. I'm not really saying that Horeesia is affiliated with any religion. It's just the sort of mosque aesthetic definitely fits in with our desert environment here. So I based this off of a lot of different mosques from around the world. This isn't really supposed to replicate any mosque, and it's just sort of my take on the architecture style, but I just thought it would really fit in here. And yeah, it definitely looks pretty cool. Again, not really affiliating Horeesia with any religion, just sort of kind of built this because I think it looks cool and also fills the need for some sort of church in the area, because I obviously demolished the old one. And I've also been working on sort of revamping a lot of these houses that I built much earlier in the season with these sort of awnings to add a lot of color and just more life to the town, and I really think it looks nice. So now whenever I build a house, I'll probably think about adding an awning or something to it, just because, again, I think it really adds quite a bit of color and life. I also noticed just now that I kind of never mind. And then lastly, I also have been working on this back gate over here, and this is probably going to be temporary, but I just think I just wanted something to sort of signify that you're entering Horeesia, and I thought a gate would look nice because it still offers some sort of defense, because obviously you're not really going to want to shy away from the road here, because then you're just going to kind of be sitting in open desert. So yeah, it kind of makes sense to only really have to defend this part of the town, just sort of in my eyes. So I kind of just set a gate right there, and I think it looks nice. But other than that, I haven't really been making a lot of off-camera progress, and I actually have been taking a break off the server, which is why there is a lack of content, just because I was getting kind of tired of constantly recording episodes without really taking any breaks. So I just took a break, and I'm feeling better than ever about recording content. Now, to start off today's episode, there is a project that I've been wanting to work on for a while, and that is the university / great library / museum. I think I've decided on combining all three of those buildings into one, because they're all sort of educational institutions, and so I think it just makes more sense to just combine them into one massive hall of learning. So what I think I'm going to do is probably put it somewhere around here, but for the museum part, which is my favorite part, what I want to do is go around the server in the future and ask all the Infinity Crafters if they have significant artifacts to the server's history that they'd like to put in the museum, and we can kind of get a collection of significant items to the server and put them in this museum, and it's kind of, I don't know, makes it more significant feeling as well. So yeah, that's the next thing that I want to do, is just gather up a bunch of resources for this build, because I'm planning on having this be a pretty massive build. So I'm just going to go mine a bunch of sand and sandstone. See you in a bit. Alright, so I've gotten together a ton of sandstone. Can we appreciate how much sandstone this is? Keep in mind, this is all multiplied by 4 for the amount of sand I've gathered. And then there's more sandstone in here. So yeah, there's a ton of sand mining that went into gathering that. And then I also mined some sandstone, but sandstone is such a thin layer in the desert. Doesn't really even, there's barely any sandstone in the desert, just naturally spawning. So yeah, it's a pretty difficult time mining large quantities of sandstone. But in the end, I got there, and this should hopefully be enough, but I'm a little concerned that it's not for the size of this build, or at least the planned size of this build. So yeah, I don't know. Now I need to go scout out a location and probably lay out a foundation in the newly acquired wool that I have, maybe from Fake Blossom's base. Anyway, yeah, we're not going to talk about that, but yeah, I'm going to go lay out a foundation in some wool and also find a location for this build. Okay, folks, I've gotten this foundation all laid out, and I'm actually pretty happy with how it looks. Obviously, I really want to decorate these back two corners back here just because I want to make it look a bit more interesting than just a square at the back. But I really do like these two larger towers than we have on both the church over there and the back gate over there. So yeah, I do like these two larger towers right here, and I only want there to be two, and maybe this can be like storage and stuff, or maybe like, I don't know, supplies, stuff like that. And then I want this to be like a big sort of lecture hall, stuff like that, and a very tall room in here, like kind of a, I don't know, very peaked ceiling, but I don't want there to be like a very peaked roof, but I don't want there to be a ceiling sort of separating the roof and the ceiling, or and the rest of the room, if you get what I mean. So you can actually see like the slope of the roof from inside this room. And yeah, I want there to be large windows and probably like a big table at the back for just teaching all the students. So yeah, this should be a fairly fun build, and I think we're just going to build this in the form of a time lapse. So enjoy the time lapse. Also, yes, if any of you were wondering, I am going to start streaming again sometime soon. I just need to find the time and something to actually stream about. I mean, obviously Minecraft, but like something on the server, or just some other like maybe mini game or other server to actually stream about, to make the stream a bit more interesting. Okay, folks, I hope y'all enjoyed that time lapse, and you may be noticing right now, just as I have noticed, this place is looking quite a lot like a church, and that is not really what I was going for. So what I think I'm going to do is actually just This I don't know how this is really gonna look, but what I'm gonna do is put like a 5x5 circular tower, so like this, you know, like this, not like that, like this, and you take, oh my gosh, die. Where you take your blocks like this and you kind of go around like this. So a tower like that, and have it be shorter than these two larger towers, and just kind of have it be the entranceway, so have a door right here, and obviously the road can just kind of go through here. And I hope that kind of makes it look less like a church, because it's sort of a more unique sort of, I don't know, front face. So yeah, hopefully that makes it feel less like a church, and then if it doesn't, we can obviously add other like buildings and things to the side of this place. So I've just had kind of a crazy, mad, daft, you know, whatever you want to call it, idea. I want to build a giant copper dome on top of this tower because I like spending large quantities of somewhat rare materials on pointless builds. I guess not pointless because this is going to be sort of a museum. But yeah, I'm just going to build a giant copper dome on top of this because I can and I want to. Jeez, that sounded so aggressive. I didn't really mean for that to sound aggressive, but it did. Okay, can we all just take a second to appreciate the sound of copper? Okay, second over. All right, everybody. So I really think this whole university building has come together quite nicely. I think it really doesn't look like a church anymore with this middle tower here, and I actually added windows on the side. I'm not too concerned about really what the side profile of the building is because I'm just going to put buildings in front of this because it's going to look ugly either way. Really, the main point of this build is the front because this big facade here is definitely supposed to be grand and attention grabbing, and obviously the inside because that's where the lecture hall is. And I think I'm actually going to take out the great library from the plan for this building because I'd rather just have it be a university and like an artifact hall on the in like the basement, and then up here like a big lecture hall. So it's, yeah, that makes a bit more sense in my mind, and then we can have a great library somewhere else in the town. But yeah, it just kind of makes more sense to only have it be a like artifact hall and a lecture hall on top. So I think we're going to construct an interior on stream. So, well, you will have actually seen the tweet or whatever about the stream before you actually saw this video. So yeah, but we're just gonna do the whole interior on stream. So see you once I'm done with that interior. All right, so I got the upstairs interior completed for the university, and I really like how it turned out. We got these little flip out desks. Unfortunately, these people who are sitting on the sides don't get desks. Oh, a creeper exploded there. Yeah, that was a pretty funny moment on stream. And of course, the people sitting in the front don't get desks. But other than that, everybody has a desk. Even these people have little flip-out desks here in case they want more desk real estate. So yeah, it's a pretty nice situation with all the flip-out desks. And there's one minor detail that may be missing. There is no decoration at all to the artifact hall, and that is because while we were streaming, I was notified that I was taking up all of the internet bandwidth, which it's probably just because there were a lot of people on like the internet in our neighborhood taking up like the whole node, which is like fancy internet stuff that not even I really understand. But yeah, it's probably just because there are a lot of people on the internet in our neighborhood. But yeah, I was notified that no one else in my household could get on any device and like have access to the internet. So we had to end the stream early. Yeah, so we didn't actually have enough time to sort of like just add any sort of detail to the walls or really add a roof to this place at all. So what I think we're going to do is just construct this little interior in the form of a third-person tab. That's when I say interior, it's more of just like some shelves and like some arches going over this way. So yeah, it's fairly simple, but it'll get the job done. And if I sound rushed in any way, it's just because I have like 2 days to, or two and a bit days to get this video out before I start making 1.19 content because we're updating the server on Thursday. So yeah, fun times. But yeah, I almost forgot to mention, enjoy the artifact hall building time lapse. Okay, folks, so I've gotten this vault all completed, and I think it's really coming together quite nicely. I call it a vault. This is more of the vault back here. It's not very secure, but you get what I mean. And I've already started adding some artifacts back here. And my idea with this place, again, is kind of to make it sort of a server history museum. So, like, anything that's valuable to just anything that's extremely valuable and probably one of a kind, like this lodestone, because honestly, who crafts those things? Or player heads, anything like that, kind of that's valuable to the server, or is just a piece of server history, is gonna go in here. And I may eventually expand this down to be more of a museum down, like an archive of every block in the game, stuff like that. But like significant pieces of armor, all that kind of stuff, gonna go in here, and probably the more valuable things, the more valuable like pieces of armor and stuff are probably gonna go back here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is actually get a bunch of armor stands back here, you know, like the custom armor stands with the data pack with the arms and stuff. And I'm gonna put all of my significant pieces of armor in here, and all of my like original pieces of armor, stuff like that. Okay, so I've gotten my first kind of pieces of significant diamond gear. This is literally my first diamond pickaxe, my first diamond sword. And now I've actually made a couple messages on Discord to various different members of the server, just asking if they have any significant items they'd like to donate. And I'm going to go around, if they come here, and if they don't respond, I'm going to go to their base when they're online, just asking if they have anything to donate or sell to the museum, because I will buy things for a fairly low price. I mean, I don't want to spend a ton of diamonds on it, but I will buy things if it's a reasonable price. And yeah, I think this seems like a good idea, but we need to wear something a bit better than our night outfits. What? So I think an outfit a bit more appropriate's in order. There, much better. Now I'm feeling like a working professional. And Too Much Mustard is the only InfinityCrafter who has responded to me and said he'd be willing to donate something. And yeah, I'm actually super excited for that because, well, that's going to be really awesome to have some more artifacts in here. But he hasn't gotten back to me about when he'd be willing to come over here and donate them. And I have to get this video out within like the next 18 hours. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, we're updating the server, and I pretty much immediately want to start making 1.19 content with like mangrove swamps, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a little bit scared for when this video is going to come out, because I want it to come out pretty much exactly tomorrow morning at like 7 a.m. as they usually do. So yeah, this is gonna be a little bit stressful later today, editing this video together in like less than 2 hours. Hello there, good sir.
Everything's in there.
All right, cool. Would you like to come check out our museum?
Yeah.
All right. It's technically also a university. This is the main lecture hall for the university. You know, got flip out desks, seating, and desks for like presenters up there. And then over here, this is where all the artifacts are stored, right here. So down this hall, they have shelves for all the artifacts and all the valuable things, like all the super valuable things, sit in this vault back here. So yeah, we got first pieces of gear, my first diamond sword and diamond pickaxe, and this is for all the rest of the gear. So like this helmet, and then I had to grab a sign, but we'd have a sign that would say Too Much Mustard's first diamond helmet. So that sound good? Are you willing to donate all of this stuff to the museum?
Yeah. Keep the box too.
All right, cool. Thank you for your donation, good sir. See you later. All right, I've started getting all these artifacts put away in here, and this is really cool. I like how this is a buried treasure map. Let's see, got some horse armor here. A lot of this stuff, because of just the way we play the game, is quite rare. Like enchanting table. Hardly anyone has enchanting tables. Like I've used my enchanting table once. A conduit. Like we never go for that stuff. A lodestone. Who crafts lodestones? So yeah, a lot of this stuff is quite rare, which is why, yeah, you may think, oh, it's pretty common. No, for the way we play the game, this stuff is pretty uncommon. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this whole artifact hall is coming together, and I'd assume that many more Infinity Crafters will be willing to donate items to the museum project. And then obviously, I think maybe in the next couple episodes, I'll start expanding this place and adding a whole like block archive underneath of every block in the game. But that'll take a very long time, so it probably won't be for. It'll probably take us many weeks to do. But yeah, I think this whole museum project is coming together quite nicely. So yeah, I think it's time to wrap up the episode. We've managed to get quite a bit done today. We built the museum shell, we added an interior on stream, and we obviously got the artifact hall all put together down here, and of course started adding some artifacts in here. So yeah, I really think this whole place looks pretty cool, and definitely is a very nice way to remember a lot of memories we've had, like murdering people, and also just like rare items and cool things around the server. So, as always, my name has been Void Doctor. Please like, subscribe, and share if you did enjoy the episode and feel inclined to do so. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.